A beautiful fall day in Missoula, Montana. It's been a perfect season so far for the Grizz faithful. 5-0 at home, geared up for another test at Grizz today. First ever meeting, Sacred Heart taking on Montana. Hi everybody, I'm Trey Bender alongside Jordan Tripp. Montana is 6-0, finding different ways to win games. Maybe the sign of a championship caliber team. Dominant second half against Cal Poly last week. A different test here in FCS independent Sacred Heart in town.
You nailed it. Montana's established themselves as really a second half, come from behind team, especially in a lot of these close games. But Sacred Heart, they're a second half team as well, outscoring their opponents. They're not 5-2 for no good reason, Trey.
Well, Mitch Summers is a true freshman back that is fast and elusive. He sets the tone for the Pioneers.
One word for this kid, juice. He's got some serious juice. When this kid hits the hole, it's like he's shot out of a cannon, and he's so hard to see because of his stature and size. I hated playing against guys like this.
And a guy that is tough to find at times, and if he gets a seam, he could take it the distance. Last week, he carried the load in the win against Howard, and he presents a challenge. And when you look at the numbers, he was a freshman national award winner last week, but arguably this was the best performance in all of FCS last week.
I don't know how it wasn't. And 80 of those yards came from a one touchdown run against Howard last week to open it up.
They've got another weapon in Poochie Snyder, a dual threat at quarterback.
This kid can do it with his legs. He can do it through the air. He has not thrown a pick in the last 3 games. He protects the ball. If they're going to do well today, he's going to have to show up and have a big one.
Now on the Grizz side of things, their defense really set the tone. A dominant second half last week, turning the tables against Cal Poly. And this is a team that expected their defense to step up, and they did in the third quarter.
They did. They really shored up a lot of the issues they had against Idaho State, putting up all those points. You see Gino Leonard here playing with great zone eyes, and that's where a lot of these interceptions came from, was in zone defense. Fantastic work by Montana stepping up to the task and really opening up the floodgates here in the second half for a Montana team that really failed to create a lot of explosives, and it started with Kenzel Law.
Yeah, this pick six got the ball rolling in the third quarter. You look at the numbers, just 60 yards allowed. Look at time of possession, a 9-0 deficit, a 28-0 shutout in the second half, and a Grizz victory. Lawler, physical. He's had to really step up. He's been in the spotlight with the injury to Keon Loud at corner.
He has, but man, Elijah Tolbert, he is their thumper. He's the tone setter. This guy means business when he brings his pads.
And of course, Eli Gilman, the Big Sky rushing leader, could be the Peyton Award winner this season. Joining us again on the sidelines for this one is Kyle Hansen.
So let's go ahead and take a look at our Stockman Bank weather report. And here, as we're about to kick it off, 46 degrees in Missoula with winds about 6 miles an hour coming out of the west and mostly sunny. We had a little bit of an inversion hanging over the stadium all day, giving a little bit of Halloween vibes, but that has cleared out and it's a beautiful day with that sun out there. So that's a look at your Stockman Bank weather report, Montana's brand of banking. Well, this game as a whole is a really interesting, diagnosis of just how college football can be kind of weird in terms of scheduling, because Sacred Heart, so this first time chartering ever coming out here to Montana. That was a big point of emphasis when we talked to their coaching staff earlier this week. Flew across the country from Fairfield, Connecticut, 2,400 miles to play the Grizzlies. Now the Grizzlies, of course, they're playing 12 straight weeks of football. However, this was their initial bye, but they'd opted for a home game rather than going on the road in week 1 and playing a bye game. So they looked around, found Sacred Heart, an independent school that was looking for to fill their schedule, but also looking for that big game. They wanted either a Group of 5 game, Missouri Valley, or Big Sky. So, of course, they're going to have their hands full today with the Montana Grizzlies as the #4 team in the country, and Sacred Heart, of course, looking for that playoff at-large bid. So, should be a fun one here inside Washington-Grizzly. Let's send it up to Trey and Jordan, guys.
Thank you, Kyle. Couple veteran coaches. There's Bobby Houck, the Big Sky all-time wins leader. Mark Nofri, 14th season at the helm. He's a 5-time NEC Coach of the Year. And this is a team that will not be intimidated. They have a game at the end of the year at Villanova. They'd like to put their stamp on this season with a big victory against a ranked team.
They have a tenured coach. When we talked to him in the production call, he said 10-2 is what's going to have to get it done. And this is a must-win game for Sacred Heart. Look for them to empty the bag and bring everything on the table for the Montana defense.
Matt Kling has it teed up. There is the all-purpose yardage leader, FBS, FCS, you name it in college football, Michael Wortham, awaiting the kick, standing at his 1-yard line. The sun is out. Beautiful day for football in Missoula as the Grizz try to keep their record perfect against Sacred Heart. Pioneers and the Grizzlies here at Washington-Grizzly Stadium. And Kling into the football, a short kick as he kicks away from Wortham. And this will be Rocker from his 10-yard line. Stevie Rocker across the 25 and tackled at the 28. Rocker, a big game last week for Montana, and they'll try to get the ball rolling here on offense first. A tackle made by Cam Hughes, a sophomore from Brewer, Maine. And how about Kali'i Ayat? Problem solver, that's what the coaches talk about him this week.
He's starting to graduate and not say, this is what I have a problem with. Say, here's what I'm going to do to fix it. He's the young field general. Look for him to have a big day today.
Fourth in the country behind Jordan Cook of Idaho State as they'll throw the ball on first down out of the backfield. And the catch is made by Malai Finoti, getting the start at running back, and he picks up 9 yards. Today's players to watch brought to you by the Jewelry Design.
Klimzak and Rocker both started the season as twos. Now they're integral parts. Mongeli and Selby, huge impact in the secondary. Those are their bell cows on defense for Sacred Heart.
On 2nd and 1, a double back set. They'll throw it to Wortham, and he has a first down. As that was a short gain there. Matthias Light in the corner tackles him.
Just quick hitters, high percentage throws here by Kali'i Ayat and the Montana offense to get moving the sticks early in the ball game.
Ayat completing 66% of his passes, 4th in the FCS in yardage per game. They'll run it with Finoti, hit hard, spins out of the tackle, an inspired run there up to the 43, 4 yards.
Something interesting Montana has not done all year, started in 20 personnel, that's 2 backs and 0 tight ends, and the other back, number 7, Malai Finoti, who's been quiet all season, getting involved early with 1 run and 1 pass.
Boy, Kyle Hall hit him hard in the hole, but Finoti tough to bring down. Picks up positive yardage. Play action this time for Ayat. Goes to the near sideline. Sliding catch is made for a first down by Brooks Davis. So Montana showing a lot of different looks here. You mentioned the 2 backs. That time they pick up 8 yards in that pass play.
This is just a little half roll by Kali'i Ayat, finding his safety blanket, Brooks Davis, on another high percentage short throw and moving the chains again for Montana.
On the Pioneers side of the field now, the 47. Play action again, rolling right. Ayat throws downfield. Wortham's got it. First down, knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Wortham, we mentioned what he does in the kick return game, the running game. How about the receiving game? 17 yards.
Again, the same exact play, another half roll, but Kali'i Ayat just goes to the 2nd level to Michael Wortham over the top, and once again, efficient, moving the chains, high percentage throws for Kali'i Ayat.
That was our Whitefish Credit Union replay. Play action again. Ayat spots his tight end, Josh Gale, and Gale's inside the 25-yard line. Pickup of 8. They're going tempo here, and it's effective. Mongeli on the tackle.
Well, remember last week, all the pre-snap penalties, they've only subbed 1 time. They've kept it in the same personnel group. Now they're subbing again. But this is what Coach Pease wanted to do. He wanted to go tempo. He wanted to get things moving early and often for Kali'i Ayat.
You see the completions per game. They have needed that from him when the run game hasn't been up to par. 2nd and short here. He's 5 for 5 so far. Handoff Gilman trying to navigate the middle. Nothing doing. He is shut down. That was Kamari Latney, their strong safety, the sophomore from Springfield, Mass.
Didn't take long to find out a point of emphasis for the Sacred Heart defense here by going 5 down. Exactly what Idaho State did, packing the box, and just a big stop here, getting to 3rd down.
They're positionless on D, that 4-2-5.
They are, and they're very multiple. And once again, they're getting into a 5-man front again, something Montana struggled with a little bit this year.
3rd and 2, Ayat to the sideline. Gale's got it for a first down. The tight end finally spun down at the 17. Josh Gale, the senior from Gilbert, Arizona. And Montana enters the AVA Law Group red zone again. Latney on the tackle. They've done very well down here, Jordan.
One of the best in the country. Montana, 23 of 24 in the red zone scoring.
1st and 10 from the 18, 2-back set. Ayat looking to throw it, has some time, fires for the end zone at Wortham. No, it's not free at the last moment. Great effort down there from Wortham, and he was covered by Maximus Mongelli, their leading tackler, their captain.
Mongelli, he is the guy on defense. What a job going hands to hands with Michael Wortham. Michael Wortham catches the ball, and that's an unbelievable late win by Mongelli, keeping Montana out of the end zone.
3 receivers. Bottom of the screen for Montana. Now shuffling in motion is Finch. They're going to run the ball with Gilman. Off the left side, Gilman spins out of a tackle, and he's down to the 10. What a hard run there. Close to 9 yards. And you seemingly have him for short yardage, and he makes it into a big play. Miles Ellis on the tackle.
What can this kid not do? Everybody talks about how strong he is. Then you see him right there just being elusive and spinning off the defender for a massive gain for the Montana offense.
They've been mostly going through the air here. Ayat is 6 of 7. This is where the Pioneers are good. 3rd down defense. This is 3rd and 2. Pistol formation. Gilman straight ahead, hit in the hole and gang tackled. He's going to be short of the 1st down. Did not get it to the 10-yard line. Gio Boone was in there, the junior from Maryland. It's 4th down.
A defensive line for Sacred Heart just flat out washed the Montana offensive line down to the left of your screen, establishing the line of scrimmage right where it is, allowing the linebackers for Sacred Heart just to come in and clean it up.
No hesitation from Montana. They'll go for it here. 4th and 2. Wortham in motion. Ayat looking that way. Throws it to Wortham. He's got the catch. He stretches. Did he get the 1st down? He's inside the 8. Kyle Hall on coverage over there. And it looks like he's got enough to move the sticks here. It'll be 1st and goal. 1st down brought to you by Tire Rama.
This is how you catch the ball away from your body with your fingertips. And what awareness by Michael Wortham getting his feet in bounds.
3 catches, 20 yards. 1st and goal, Montana. Initial series here. Handoff, fake handoff to Gilman. A toss incomplete. And he had Gale open, the tight end. A lot on that pass. And it went right through his fingertips. Kenny Selby on the coverage.
Yeah, Kaylee Ayat could just take a little bit off of it there. Not saying that Gale couldn't have caught that, but that had some mustard on it. Little high, little fast. Just didn't connect on that one.
Well conceived play, though, right there.
Excellent decision by Kaylee Ayat going, knowing where his matchup was at, and Gale just got to dial it back a touch.
On 2nd down, Gilman straight ahead. Tough sledding inside the 5. Boy, they're hitting hard. 4 yards. That was Ryan Palmieri, the strong safety. And the Pioneers can really hit you. They've got some guys on that side of the ball that don't shy away from contact.
They got some thumpers inside of their own, in particular in the secondary with Mongelli. To make a look, make sure you take a look for this young man, number 14. He's really their guy that makes them go on defense.
3rd and goal from the 4. Play action for Ayat. Rolling away from pressure. He's in trouble. Sidesteps the tackler. Now he tries to reverse his field. Ayat's going to look and throw. He's got a man. Touchdown, Montana.
Oh, my gosh.
Gilman for 6.
That's not how you draw it up, Trey. I can promise you Brent Peace up in the booth is saying, no, no, no. Yes, yes, touchdown Montana. Put a GPS tracker on this kid. He might just have got half of his steps in for the day. Look at him moving the pocket, if that's what you want to call it. The football field is 53 1/3 yards from sideline to sideline. I'm pretty sure he went over 100 on that play.
15 plays, 72 yards, 6 minutes, 9 seconds off the clock to open this thing up. And the touchdown catch by Gilman, his 2nd of the season. And again, Ayat showing the ability when a play breaks down, he delivers again.
And the most important thing is he keeps his eyes down the field. As a young Kaylee Ayat, he's just going to pull it and he's going to run it, but he never stopped looking downfield, and his receivers never stopped working to get open, and that includes Eli Gilman, the running back, who ended up catching it for a touchdown.
Ty Morrison for the extra point out of the hold of Brooks Davis, and the kick is through there. How about that for an opening statement from the home team? And Gilman did some of it on the ground, but he set up his quarterback and showed him the hands in the end zone.
Look at that catch. Eli Gilman make a statement for that Walter Payton Award.
A 15-play touchdown drive out of the gate for Montana. Eli Gilman with the scores. Montana strikes first here against Sacred Heart. Get out your phones. It's time for the Marsh McLennan Agency Fan Zone. Scan the barcode on the bottom left of the screen. Follow the instructions. Send in your pictures. Sponsored by Marsh McLennan Agency. We'll share some of our favorites later in the game. What a sun-sparkled day here. Football-type weather. That was one of the most impressive drives for Montana this season.
It was, and I think that just something like that, Trey, to come out and establish a fast start after they got off to a slow start last week against Cal Poly was a point of emphasis this week from the coaching staff.
Morrison's kick is going to find the end zone and touchback. And Sacred Heart will go to work. First look at their offense here. We mentioned their star running back, but they've got a good quarterback as well in Poochie Snyder, who is a dual threat, first year on the field. They trust his footwork. He's a mobile guy. He came in for John Mikulski as a starter, and they've been much better offensively.
Coach Gardner, their offensive coordinator, said he's a low rep guy. He's very smart above the shoulders. You don't have to tell him too many times for him to understand it, and he protects the football.
His dad, Jack, but his little sister called him Poochie growing up, and he is stuck with that name. He likes it. First down from the 25. Play action. Poochie's got time. Deep ball down the middle of the field. Hangy, and it's incomplete. That was Lawler on the coverage, but they tried to stretch it right away with Dean Hangy, the sophomore.
You know, cheetahs don't have to stretch, you know, when they go out and go hunting in the morning. Sacred Heart, I guess, doesn't either. They just tried to take the top off of the Montana defense on this one. What a job by Kenzel Lawler avoiding a huge explosive for the Sacred Heart team.
Hangy's a big play guy. He had a 91-yard kickoff return earlier this year. 2nd and 10. They're going to run the ball here. First time on the ground and not much available up the middle for Summers. Today's Players to Watch brought to you by the Jewelry Design Center.
Micah Harper, one of the best coverage safeties in all of the country, and Diesel Wilkinson, the nickel, also can play corner. Rhodes and Scribner. Scribner is the smartest player that these coaches have ever coached. He calls everything at the line. What he says goes.
One of their offensive captains. 3rd and 7. In motion, Peyton Rhodes, the wide receiver to the right side of the formation. Pressure coming. They set up the screen. Summers can't hang on. He was set up well. Elijah Tolbert providing some pressure there. It's 4th down.
Sacred Heart had an opportunity for a massive explosive there. Montana brings 6 and is in man-to-man, and Summers just drops it. The defensive lineman was man on Summers. That's a huge, huge mismatch. That could have been a touchdown for Sacred Heart.
And the guy you highlighted in the open, Tolbert, put him under duress there. 4th down. As you look at Drew Deck standing back at the 32 for Montana. Michael Spatoni, senior from Ballston Lake, New York, to kick it away. He averages 43 per kick. He gets the kick away from the 20, and it's a good one. Hammers it. Deck backing up, takes it in at the 16-yard line. Sprinter speed for Deck up the middle. Deck to midfield. And he's finally tracked down at the Pioneers 40-yard line. Drew Deck comes up with a big special teams play.
Special teams is a simple game. It's all spacing and it's all timing. Drew Deck creases the Sacred Heart Pioneer defense. Can Montana put it in the end zone once again?
Today's game is sponsored by the University of Montana. Build your skills the Montana way. Town Pump. Pump it up. Stockman Bank. Montana's brand of banking. Your Montana Chevy dealers. And Montana State University. Mountains and Mines.
Back in Missoula, 56-yard punt, but Drew Deck, his longest return of the season, 44 yards. Montana with the football at the Sacred Heart 40. They'll go 5 receivers, empty set here. Ayat looking on the field and incomplete. You want a word on double coverage down there. Some switches on the offensive line this week for the first time. Cade Klimzak getting his first start at center. Dylan Botner shifts over to right tackle. They're veteran guys.
Not unfamiliar territory for both Klimzak and Botner. Botner's been there at that tackle position. That's one of the benefits you have with a veteran cohesive offensive line like this. And it's nothing out of the ordinary for them to switch around.
You saw the first 6 games, and this is the first new alignment up front as they hand it off to Rocker. Sidesteps a couple tacklers and moves the football down to the 36. A hard-earned 4 yards there. 3rd down coming up here.
That's how you establish the line of scrimmage. If you're Montana, the big boys up front, started with Klimczak just getting a massive push for 3 yards.
Look at Stevie last week. The coaches thought he was the offensive player of the game in the victory against Cal Poly. Does things in a lot of different ways to help this team. On third down, Ayat stepping up in the pocket, room to run. He's going to run it inside the 35. Hammered. A couple tacklers hit him just shy of the stick at the 31. Ryan Moore, the safety, got there.
What a stop by Ryan Moore. This is what makes Kaylee Ayat so dangerous. But man, he got stood up. Kaylee's a big kid now. He's 210 pounds, all of 6'2". Sacred Heart's not backing down from anything.
And Montana's going to go for it here. 4th down and a yard. They need to get it to the 30. Wortham in motion. Ayat rolling right. Ayat's going to tuck it. Has the first down, and he goes down. Heads up play to the 27. Verbitsky was in the area. And again, you mentioned how physical he is, but every now and then you want him to take care of himself when he has the football.
I know Coach Brent Peace just holds his breath a little every time he runs the ball. This is the 4th time, though, that they've ran this half roll, and now Kaylee Ayat decides to run it because Sacred Heart covered it up right for the first time today.
4th down conversion, first drive. 4th down conversion here. Now the football at the Sacred Heart 28-yard line. Gilman straight ahead. Boy, they've got a target on Eli, but he keeps driving that pile forward to the 21-yard line. Glory Stephen Wangboji, the junior nose guard, finally hauls him down.
Stout showing by the Montana offensive line to start this ball game, being very balanced on the ground and through the air.
4 100-yard games for Gilman, his 31st career start. He'll hand it off to Eli again, trying to bounce outside, cuts it back inside, and he's close to the first down. Looks like maybe a half yard shy as he gets it to the 19. Now a message from the Jewelry Design Center.
More choices. We are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life. Come see us in Missoula, on Brooks, across from the Montana Club.
On 3rd and 1, Gilman picks up the first down, and he takes it inside the 10-yard line. Boy, they've got a lot of confidence in short yardage situations, especially with Eli. Ryan Palmieri on the tackle.
Just strong. Runs with such an elite amount of force behind his pads.
And they're going to go some tempo here. 1st and goal now. Gilman again, getting a steady diet of the pigskin, and not much available there to the 10-yard line. 7 carries, 31 yards for Eli. Palmieri again on the tackle. This Sacred Heart team hitting hard. They're having a tough time, though, it appears, on the perimeter. They're doing a good job between the tackles thus far. Play action this time. Ayat, the tight end, Evan Schaefer, and he's inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. 4 Pioneers it took to bring down the big 270-pounder there.
And there's the 5th time they've run the half roll pass. If it's not broke, don't fix it. This time to the tight end. Montana just methodically moving the ball down the field with high percentage throws, and high percentage short, compact runs.
Back in the AVA red zone on 3rd down. Ayat underneath, catch is made for the touchdown. It's Deck, and it's 13-0 Grizz.
Again, just a small, short pass in a high percentage spot on the field right in front of you. One of the hardest things to do for defense is cover those short ones. Kaylee Ayat working through his progressions and finding Drew Deck in the end zone for a touchdown.
Deck, the big punt return, and his 2nd receiving touchdown this season as Morrison tries to tack on the extra point. And it's good. 15-play drive for a touchdown, 10-play drive for a touchdown. It's all Montana here. Drew Deck, one of the dynamic athletes on this team.
Can Sacred Heart answer back with a touchdown?
Last week, 9-0 at halftime. The Grizz had to turn the tables with their defense, and they got it done against Cal Poly. Great setting, homecoming, and the throwback uniforms. The copper and gold celebrating the '95 national title team.
You saw that pride and tradition of all the Montana fans and Grizz Nation really come out last week with some of that old memorabilia. It was a truly special atmosphere and special thing to be a part of.
This guy embraces it. He understands what it's all about here in Montana. 14th season, Big Sky all-time wins leader. Looking for a Big Sky title this year and some work in the postseason, trying to make a run at a national championship. Morrison's kick will be returned by Dean Hange across the 30-yard line. Time now for a check of this week's Williams Plumbing and Heating Trivia question. Visit WilliamsPlumbing.com, register for a chance to win tickets to an upcoming Grizz or Cats game. Today's question, which of these sports figures legendary returned a punt against Montana in 1939? We'll give you the answer. Boy, some big names right there.
You got a guess, Trey?
I got a guess.
All right.
Feel pretty good about it, but I mean, we're talking Legends championship caliber people right there, those 4 candidates.
I have no idea, so I'm going to take a peek at your paper here and find out who it is.
I'm not going to share anything. You got to go on your own. First down from the 30. Handoff Summers, not much doing. Maybe a yard. Otluski got in there in the backfield and blew that play up. Caleb Otluski.
Pucci made the right read there. It's an RPO, and he decided to pull it. It's almost a triple option type of look. Good job by Caleb Otluski, tackling his responsibility in the backfield.
Sophomore from Melissa, Texas. Grizz leading returning tackler from last year. They gave him 3 yards, 2nd and 7, and end around into the hands of Hange, and he moves up to the 40-yard line. 3rd and short coming up. Harper on the tackle. Sacred Heart's offense, solid all season long. Obviously, really helped out by Snyder and Summers plays at quarterback and running back. Pretty good numbers nationally.
Pucci Snyder came on after that second game and really gave them a spark, and one of the big reasons that they're 5-2 right now.
3rd down and 3. They're 11th in the FCS. We saw it on 3rd downs at 48%. To the air, Snyder, and he misses his man. Thrown behind the intended receiver, Peyton Rhodes. Brady Beaner there on coverage, and they'll have to punt it away.
Montana in a man-to-man situation. And Sacred Heart just trying to go slants. What a job by Beaner clamping down on his responsibility and getting Montana off the field. 3rd down early in this ball game.
Michael Wortham standing back at the Grizz 20-yard line, awaiting the punt from Michael Spatoni. Only 1 minute time of possession thus far in this first quarter for Sacred Heart. Already a big punt return from Deck. Let's see what Wortham can do with this one. He tries to kick away from him, but he'll field it at the 14-yard line. The All-American up the middle to the 30. Wortham knocks the helmet to somebody and goes down at the 37-yard line. 23-yard return. Special teams have played well here early for Montana. Everything going well for the Grizz right now. Well, the committee released the top 10, Jordan. Look at this group. Of course, Missouri Valley and Big Sky well represented.
This is what everybody's talking about right here. Why did they flip-flop? I know that's creating a lot of discussion across the state of Montana. Are they on a collision course for that last game of the season? A lot of really good football teams, still some unbeatens left.
Montana State an impressive win over Idaho State. And of course, Montana beating Cal Poly last week. Here's a handoff and a big gain for Stevie Rucker. And he has a first down into Pioneers territory to the 46-20 on that carry. George in. Great second back to have behind Gilman.
He's just change of pace guy. He's smooth, he's explosive, he's fast, he can catch the ball. Great change of pace.
He'll hand it off again to the 5th-year senior and hit hard in the hole after a couple yards that time. Latney on the tackle. They like Rocker's unselfishness. He'll do whatever they ask him. A good receiver as well.
He can really do it all. He even plays, if you catch him, he even plays in the slot at receiver sometimes too, Trey.
Short gain there, 2nd and 8 Montana. Already a couple touchdown drives in this first quarter, looking to add to their lead. Davis in motion, rolling left is Ayat. Downfield's got a man open, it's Wortham, forget about it, touchdown Montana. 43 yards, and it's 20-0.
The streak wheel route something that gives you cold sweats as a defender. And oh yeah, Michael Wortham running it. Yikes. He's making his case for the Walter Payton Award. What protection by the offensive line. And Michael Wortham just doing what he does best. Getting the ball and scoring touchdowns.
Now they're going to come up with a strange formation here. Brooks Davis, this a two-point play, will take the snap. Davis rolling right. Davis is going to keep it to the goal line, and he is in there for the two-pointer.
Not unfamiliar here for Brooks Davis in these two-point situations. A critical two-point conversion against Idaho State. Now, they put something like this on tape, and you have to prepare for it on defense. Brooks Davis has the option to run or throw here, and he had the whole shot, and he took it in for the conversion.
That's the second two-point run. He had one, an important two-point play at Idaho State earlier this year.
He did, and those types of plays, as a defensive guy, it forces you to take time and prepare for those during the week, Trey. And I tell you what, man, it keeps you up at night. Those types of plays will win a close game.
Keeps the opponents down the line thinking a little bit about special game situations. And so they've had a 15-play, 72-yard drive, 10 plays and 40 yards for a touchdown, and then 3 plays, 64 yards. The last two drives set up by good returns on special teams.
Field position, Montana emphasizes flipping the field, winning the hidden yardage battle, and they've done just that today. Starting to multiple, all 3 drives in great spots on the field.
Total yardage, 176 for Montana, just 10 for Sacred Heart. How about Michael Wortham? He does a little bit of everything.
You could say that again. We were talking about earlier, you could cook dinner, walk the dog, and take out the trash. Nothing he can't do.
NCAA all-purpose yardage leader. That's FBS, FCS. They knew he'd be special coming over from Eastern Washington, All-America candidate. But the way he can affect the game in so many ways, it's got to drive all kinds of coordinators crazy on the other side of the ball. 25-yard line. Handoff straight ahead, and short yardage that time as they give it to Summers, and it'll be 2nd down and 6 coming up as Gino Leonard gets credit with the stop that time.
Sacred Heart hasn't had a lot of opportunities on offense, going 3 and out, missing opportunities for big plays early on that first drive, and now they're down 22-0. They got to get something going here if they want to have a shot at being in this ball game.
Poochie Snyder, they'll run it with Summers, and not much doing. Let's go on the sideline. Here's Kyle Hansen.
Yeah, guys, as you see, Gino Leonard out there making a couple of plays for the Grizzlies. Had his first career interception last week against Cal Poly in those throwback copper and golds, and it's been special for him. Missoula native, has been through a lot in his career here at Montana. We knew about some of the injuries he was dealing, but earlier this week he told me for the first time he actually had a heart surgery back in the spring for atrial tachycardia. It's the first time we'd ever talked about it, but you know, he was having struggles with dizziness, lightheadedness, all those things. His legs would go numb, but now they got that cleaned up. He's been out there and been a big key leader, especially vocally, for the Grizz this season.
Thanks, Kyle. Great story, man. Everybody roots for a guy like that.
Your heart goes. Absolutely has put in the time, and he just is so respected by his teammates. You saw how excited everyone got when he had that interception.
It'll be 3rd down for Sacred Heart when we come back. 1 quarter in the books. It's been a big game on home turf for Montana. The Stars have stepped up. Grizz up 22-0. 2nd quarter coming up from Missoula. Haley Jo Tate, Miss Montana, riding out with Monty for Monty's entrance, a Missoula native. Mom battled breast cancer, used breast cancer prevention as a major part of her Miss Montana platform. And end of the 1st quarter, celebrating 5 cancer survivors here. Great cause, and you're down in the pink tie, and you've got the card here as well.
No doubt about it.
And it's great to see the Missoula, the fans here in the town of Missoula, the Grizz Nation, standing up.
So much support. It's really cool to see in the stadium.
Flag is thrown as Mitch Summers takes the football on 3rd down and picks up the 1st down, but hold on. There's a flag on the near side of the field.
A flag is down.
Pre-snap.
They just have not been able to generate much. 17 yards of offense.
Illegal formation, offense, more than 4 players in the backfield. It's a 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Even when they do something right, a flag hurts them here.
Looks like right here, number 17 supposed to be on the ball. Too many people in the backfield. Pre-snap penalty going back for Sacred Heart.
Wipes out that Summers run. Rhodes the guilty party. Now it's 3rd and 8. And whistles. Our lead referee Spencer Mumford. Timeout called.
Timeout. Sacred Heart, their first of the half.
Well, if you're coach,
Timeout on the field.
You're Coach Martin Ofrey here. You haven't been able to get anything going. Your quarterback shut down. They're looking for some answers. They'll talk it over in the timeout. 14:38 to go, 2nd quarter. Montana up. Montana out to a 22-0 lead. Early stages, 2nd quarter. Sacred Heart has not been in this position this season. They've been in all of their games. Look at the numbers thus far. Dominance on the defensive side of the ball, and a tough spot here for Poochie Snyder, 3rd and 8. Snyder flushed out of there. Delivers late and delivers a strike for a 1st down. That's their most positive play of the day. Peyton Rhodes, a graduate from Lindale, Georgia, moves the sticks up to the 41. Clay Oven on the tackle, 13-yard pickup.
Peyton Rhodes staying with it, getting open for Poochie Snyder to get him the football. This is something that Sacred Heart hasn't done. They just need to take care of the ball when they have the chance for these opportunities, something they haven't done all day.
Rhodes, the top target, 4th-year guy, and a key role at that wide receiver spot from the 41. Snyder rolling left. Poochie throws. Catch made, 1st down. It's Keegan Brown and a big gainer down the sideline, out of bounds at the Montana 32-yard line. Brown, a senior. Clay Oven is on the tackle, but that goes for 28.
These plays have been there. Gino Leonard comes out of coverage because of the dual threat capability of Poochie Snyder. Good heads-up play by Poochie.
Maybe they've abandoned the run game. Now they'll go to the ground and try to run it with Trey Eberhardt III. And he gets to the sideline and run out of bounds after a good gain at the 25 by Peyton Wing. This is a team that can't throw the ball. Snyder threw for 298, his best effort in a win against Delaware State.
Snyder, good with his legs, good through the air. Eberhardt has had some big games on the ground, and so has Summers. They're starting to click here a little bit. They're starting to get a few plays strung together, and they're putting a drive together against Montana, and they're sniffing the red zone right now, Trey.
2 minutes into the 2nd quarter. 2nd down and 3 at the Montana 24-yard line. They'll go pistol formation with Eberhardt behind Snyder. Eberhardt trying to run right. Oh, is he hammered? What a play by Peyton Wing. Met him in the backfield.
Boy, that kid just flashes all over the field. He was geeked up and ready to go and just blitzed off the edge. His defensive line collapsed the edge, and he just came tight to the jersey color.
How good does that feel? You've been there at that linebacker spot.
Feels good. It's kind of like hitting the sweet spot of a baseball. You don't even feel it.
Or a golf shot, right? Your golf shot, right?
Well, I don't know about my golf shot. Maybe a little bit of baseball.
Loss of 4 right there. That's a Buchanan watch list guy Wing.
The previous play is under further review for the potential of targeting.
Okay, now they got Peyton Wing earlier this year for targeting. At the end of the Idaho game, they're going to take a look at this one.
All right, I understand. As a player, Trey, I actually stopped playing because of head injury and concussion. But football is inherently violent, and this is a running play. This is not a defenseless receiver. Running backs lower their head all the time. Personally, I hope that this is seen as not targeting. This is a big back. Football's physical. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how you're supposed to tackle him.
Now, you remember the end of the 3rd quarter against Idaho. They got him, and he had to sit out the 2nd half for targeting against Idaho State. Or sit out the first half, I should say. Played in the second half.
No doubt, and absolutely just a change in the game to protect players, and I fully understand that and I fully get it. But again, football is inherently violent and there are going to be collisions, and I do not think that this is egregious. He's not using his head as a weapon. This is football, and Eberhardt saw everything coming. He wasn't looking elsewhere. Here's the rule as it reads right now.
Forcible contact to the head or neck area of a defenseless opponent.
And that's what they're always looking for right there.
Now, and you'll see runners or receivers dip their helmet down.
After
Here's a
review,
look.
there is no foul for targeting. It's third down.
You were on top of that. You've been in many of those collisions, Jordan, and that was a good hit. And for Grizz Nation, that's good news. He stays on the field.
I really like that call there. If you don't have an understanding for the game, I think that would have been a targeting penalty. Fantastic job by the crew.
Not defenseless?
Not defenseless. He saw it coming. That's probably the decision maker right there. Good job by the officiating crew today here by upholding that.
7 after the 4-yard loss. Eberhardt will shift in motion. Snyder looking to throw it. Nowhere to go. Snyder rolls and throws, and it's incomplete. Good play made there defensively by Cade Boyd, breaking up that pass. As that was intended for Tegan Brown, it's 4th down.
Montana defense bringing pressure, getting them on the run and on the move, and these receivers are moving to get open. He had an opportunity to catch the ball there. Again, another missed opportunity by Sacred Heart to have a more manageable situation.
They've got to go here. They're down 22-0. 12 minutes to go second quarter. Trips formation to the left side with Eberhardt in the backfield.
Man-to-man opportunity, and that was the first play that they went to.
Grizz showing blitz. They're coming up the middle with Otluski. Snyder throws on the run for the end zone. And it is incomplete. Lawler on the coverage, intended for Jimmy Casey, and Montana takes over on downs.
They had man-to-man across the board for Montana, and they look to go to Casey there. Rhodes was covered up. The opportunity they had early in the game. They had the look that they wanted for Sacred Heart. They just could not connect.
Eight plays, 47 yards, but no points. And this is a big defensive play. Lawler in good position.
And
that ball was short of the target.
You're absolutely right. It was underthrown, man-to-man situation. That's something that Kenzel Lawler has stepped up week after week and answered the bell on for Montana.
Getting better and better. He doesn't lack in confidence. Senior from Corona, California. Montana has it back from the 28-yard line. Gilman up to the 32 for 4 yards. It's been kind of a blue-collar effort from Gilman. He's over 30 yards on the ground. This is 9th carry. That was Abubakar Dabo, the graduate nose guard, on the stop, and there's a player down for the Pioneers.
I hate to see that. There's just so much going on in those trenches right now.
Timeout on the field.
Martin Ofrey will look over his injured player. We'll take a break. 11:43 to go before halftime in Missoula.
Today's game is sponsored by the University of Montana. Build your skills the Montana way. Town Pump. Pump it up. Stockman Bank. Montana's brand of banking. Your Montana Chevy dealers. And Montana State University. Mountains and Mines.
Started in 1983 by fullback Craig Paulson. Number 37 passed on every season to a younger player from the state of Montana, representing hard work, dedication to team, tough play. Our own Jordan Tripp had the honor for 2 seasons. 32 current players from Montana this season. Number 37 this year is Clay Oven. Today, former Grizz offensive lineman, captain of the fire department, Sean Bradshaw, raised the 37 flag. There's Clay. It's quite an honor to wear that number, as on second down, Montana goes to the air here, and they completed to Gilman, and he's run out of bounds at the 37. You wear that 37, that means a lot.
It's something that you dream about if you're a kid from Montana and you have the opportunity to play for the University of Montana. It's something that you can add to that as character. What are you going to do when everybody's not watching? And what do you do in the community What type of example do you set for the university as both a student and an athlete?
Sophomore Oven, the 37 this year, had an MSU offer, chose Montana. On first down, Malai Finoti hit hard in the hole and driven down near the line of scrimmage as the redshirt freshman gets a carry here. Under 11 minutes to go, second quarter.
Sacred Heart settling in a little bit. The pads are popping out there. Montana's reaching into their depth a little bit and seeing some of the younger guys on the offensive line get some reps.
That's Colin Amick in there at the right tackle spot. Wortham is in a slot to the left on 2nd and 9. It's been all Montana. They've scored on every drive. Ayat, play action, has plenty of time to the sideline, and the catch is made for a first down as it's hauled in by Davis. Kenny Selby on the coverage for Sacred Heart.
It's a simple comeback, and Kaylee Ayat getting to his third receiver, Brooks Davis. On the comeback route, 1, 2, 3, and just dotting him up to move the sticks for Montana.
FCS Freshman of the Year candidate, big play guy from Brentwood, California. Run it straight ahead. Ball is free, and I think Montana hopped back on it. Dabo in there defensively, and credit the offensive line. That was Pamphilov covering it for the Grizz.
Sacred Heart's competing, man. Again, they're settled in a little bit. Their defensive line's knifing around, exchanging gaps from where they lined up, causing Montana's count to be off a little bit. And this is the first time that Montana's been behind the sticks. Let's see what Sacred Heart elects to do on defense.
Dabo stripped that from Gilman. Montana lucky to keep it on 2nd down, and not on the same page there. Tried to get it to Wortham in the flat. He wasn't looking for the football. It's 3rd down.
Miscommunication there by Kaylee Ayat and Michael Wortham on a run pass option. Kaylee read pass. Michael Wortham just didn't get his head around, was behind him. 3rd and long here for Montana.
Yeah, this is a rare occurrence for them in this game. They have dominated the sticks. This is 3rd and 15.
Yeah, look for something across the middle of the field here with these receivers condensed in the formation like this.
Ayat, time in the pocket, goes underneath, catch made by Finoti, makes a man miss. He has a first down up to the 37-yard line. Finoti with a great move in space. The redshirt freshman with the first down. Gio Boone on the tackle, 18-yard pickup.
Kaylee Ayat working through his progressions. 1, 2, 3, 4. His last read, Malai Finoti across the middle. This is the one that Stevie Rocker ripped the long run on last week against Cal Poly.
Only 11 carries, 61 yards for Finoti coming in, getting a steady diet of the ball in this one. Ayat under pressure and throws late, incomplete. Intended for Brooks Davis. He was knocked down as he delivered the football that time. Good pressure from Mike Diedelbaum, the middle linebacker.
Boy, Diedelbaum put a shot on Kaylee Ayat, forced him to throw the ball shallow. The wideout was open, but that's what makes pressure so hard. Forces the quarterback to throw it short.
Pistol formation, Finoti behind Ayat. Kaylee, he throws it to Finoti out of the backfield. He's got a blocker roar in front, and he's knocked down at the 33. Good defensive play. Diedelbaum was over there. Last year against Morehead State, the Big Sky Offensive Player of the Week had a big game, 176 on the ground.
They have a stable of running backs. Malai Finoti's a starter at any other school, but man, when you have Stevie Rocker and Eli Gilman, it's tough sled, and you see what he can do when he gets his opportunities. You see what he's doing here today. He's a special athlete.
3rd and 4. Ayat setting up the screen. The All-Americans got it Wortham, but he is dumped short of the first down. That was Ryan Palmieri, a good defensive play. It's 4th down and a couple coming up here. And it looks like they're going to send the kicking team out there.
Palmieri's a sure tackler. 25 on the season.
Yeah, not going to go for it here up 4th and 3. You're already up 22-0. They bring out Ty Morrison. This will be out of the hold of Davis. A 47-yard attempt, 5 of 6 this season. His long is 42 from the right hash. No good. Off to the right. Morrison missed one at Idaho State. He misses one here at home, and it remains 22-0 Montana. 7:18 to go. The Pioneers finally get a stop. Home team, though, looking good at Grizz. Three first-quarter touchdown drives for Montana, a comfortable 22-0 lead. Ty Morrison missing on a field goal attempt. Pioneers will have the football at the 30-yard line. Coming off their best drive, they went 11 plays, 42 yards, but no points. And now Poochie Snyder, who has been frustrated, 7th in the FCS in completion percentage coming into this one. The Grizz have done a nice job against him.
Playing a lot of zone defense. Getting Snyder off of his first read, and when you get him off of his first or second read, he likes to pull it down and run it. And Montana's just such a good tackling football team. Forced a lot of struggle here for Sacred Heart early.
Summers behind him in the backfield. Hand off to Mitch. Off the left side, he breaks it, look out! Summers down the sideline. And midfield and into Grizz territory. There's the explosive nature of the true freshman. TJ Roush runs him out. 27-yard pickup.
You cannot see him behind the offensive line. Take a look at that picture. I don't know where he's at until he pops out into the open field. Crossing midfield now for Sacred Heart. Once again in position to put points on the board, Trey.
Won a state title in Greensboro, North Carolina. Not heavily recruited. Number 4 in the depth chart preseason. He's become a star. On first down, Poochie with the throw and the conversion for the first down. Dean Hangy. Kenzel Waller on the coverage. And Sacred Heart has found a little bit of continuity here with their offense, playing with some confidence.
What a job by Snyder getting outside of the pocket, and you see the attention that Summers draws, and everybody collapsing on him, leaving a one-on-one on Hangy. Moving the field and top of the red zone right now for Sacred Heart.
18-yard pickup there. They shift out of that formation and spread out the receivers. To the near side is Hangy. Summers slanting right. Drives down to the 19. He's 5'7", 155. Runs hard, though, and a guy that is coming off one of the best performances in the FCS this season last week. Look at these numbers.
Tough and confident were the words from his coaches when we talked to him this week, and you can see it. He's a freshman. You don't typically see a freshman who is that strong, that fast, that confident. And he's not backing down against the number 4 team in the country on the road at all, Trey.
During the AVA Law Group red zone, second down and short. Nothing doing up the middle that time. It'll be third and short as the Grizz shut it down between the tackles. And that was Jarob Ramos, and Tolbert got in there as well.
It's the money down right here. 48% conversion here.
They have not done a good job getting the ball into the end zone. This is a big third down play.
Field goals aren't going to do it. Touchdowns is what they got to have here in the red zone if they want a chance to be in this ball game.
Snyder, handoff, Summers spins, and it's close. He needed to navigate the vicinity of the 15, and I think got there. Tolbert on the tackle. It'll be a first down.
The thumper, Tolbert, but not after they don't move the sticks here. Truly in scoring position for the first time.
7 carries, 47 yards for Summers. Starting to heat up a little bit. 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And they shift out with a 3-receiver set here, pistol formation. Showing blitz Montana. They're coming after Snyder. He runs into the seam. He's inside the 10 and close to a first down at the 7-yard line. Jake Mason runs him out. And this is what he gives him, the ability to run the football. He's a clear dual threat guy.
He does. He doesn't like what he sees. He pulls it and runs it. Moving the sticks. Having a sustained drive for Sacred Heart. Something they haven't had all day today.
Holding defense number 24. Penalties half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Now that's Diesel Wilkinson, so they will take the penalty here and keep first down.
Fresh set on the 5-yard line, but this is where Montana's defense has been just so darn good this year. One of the top in the country.
Now, a guy they like to go to is Peyton Rhodes down here, the 6'2 target at wide receiver, number 17, near side of the screen, bottom of the screen on the near side.
How's Sacred Heart going to handle this noise in Washington-Grizzly right now. They haven't seen anything like it all year.
Logan Lyson is in at the tight end spot. Summers off to the right of Poochie Snyder. End around. Hagee, he's in. And an impressive drive for Sacred Heart. They get on the scoreboard here with 4:01 to go before halftime. 3-yard touchdown run.
Trey, their receivers do not have a lot of yards, but man, do they block. They block their tails off right here, getting Hagee into the end zone for the score.
That is his first rushing touchdown. He has a 91-yard kickoff return touchdown, sophomore from Downingtown, PA. And a much-needed score for the Pioneers to get back into this one. Matt Kling for the extra point. And it's 22-7. 7 plays, 70 yards. And we talked about Snyder's struggles. He looked very good on that drive.
He had command of the offense. He did just what they needed to be relevant in this football game. What a job by Sacred Heart going down methodically and scoring against Montana to narrow the gap in this game.
Sacred Heart coming in with a 5-2 record. Thanks for sending your picture into the Marsh McLennan Agency fan zone. Here are a few of our favorites from today. Keep them coming. Hey, EJ Hammer spotting up here in the press box, getting some love.
Look at that. Any future Grizz out there? I don't know.
Slim Kimmel.
From the house, I see you, Slim.
Of course, you got to get the dogs involved when you can. And so much Grizz fan support. It's good to see Slim Kimmel at the game and not in studio, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Looks like he's having a good time there at the house. The Humphreys family got 3 future Grizz there.
Oh, he's at the big house, yeah. Great environment for football, one of the best in the country. Missoula, Montana. It's been all Montana prior to that Sacred Heart touchdown drive. As Kling kicks it away, Wortham's going to have a chance. He feels it at the 5-yard line. Wortham picking his way forward up to the 22, and that's where Montana will have the football. Another productive game from number 6. He's done it especially as a receiver today. Kick return was good as well.
Special teams, offense, we haven't seen him at quarterback today. I anticipate maybe we get that, but man, he does it all.
All-America candidate, NCAA all-purpose yardage leader, one of the important pieces for this team. And Montana has 3:55 to work with as they start this series from the 23-yard line. And nothing doing on the right side for Gilman as he's shut down. You can see a little bit of momentum switch here as up front, Gio Boone and Roderick Campbell, also Glory, Stephen Wangboji getting involved there defensively.
Wangboji just a force in the middle. I mean, right off the snap, Trey, 2-yard knockback, wreaking havoc in the backfield for Montana.
They're going to go Wildcat here. The direct snap to Wortham. Wortham going to keep it, and he's dropped for a loss. Back at the 23-yard line. Now a word from the Montana Boat Center.
Football season, boating season. You can plan for one while enjoying the other. Order your new dream boat now. Montana Boat Center.
3rd and 10. The Sacred Heart defense playing off the momentum of that touchdown drive from their offense. Tough spot for Ayat and company. 3rd and 10 from their 24. Haley, he has time in the pocket. Now he zips it near sideline. Deck with a catch, and that's a first down. And he makes a man miss, and he's run out of bounds. So they mark him. They're going to mark him out, actually out. He stepped out at the 36. Still good enough for a first down. Jacobs on the coverage.
We're sitting up here watching. Why is the running game shut down? They're packing the box with 8. Brent Pease elects to throw it outside to Drew Deck in a man-to-man situation because there's so many people in tight to handle Gilman in Wortham.
Stepped out at the 36, but they moved the chains. They hand it off to Gilman, trying to bounce to the outside. Nothing doing. Sacred Heart defensively now, run stoppers. That was Diedelbaum getting in there.
Yeah, the defensive line for Sacred Heart is starting to get a little bit of a knockback, something they didn't do in the first quarter, causing some fits here for the Montana offense.
And that takes us to the 2-minute timeout. Montana 22 first quarter points. Sacred Heart getting on the board though. First down, second down, Montana when we come back. Whitefish Credit Union sponsors the instant replays you see each game. They're excited to announce the opening of a new branch right here in Missoula near the intersection of Russell and Mount. It marks a significant expansion for Montana's largest credit union. Whitefish Credit Union's Community Development Officer Ryan is here at today's game. We'd like to thank Whitefish Credit Union for the sponsorship of Big Sky Conference football here on Scripps Sports and for the commitment to local investment and community support. Monty with a little love there. Second down and 9 for the Grizz, up 22-7. Out of the backfield, Rocker, and he is shut down. Nick Verbitsky, the linebacker, in there, and all of a sudden, Sacred Heart playing with some fire on both sides of the ball.
They're making some plays. They got some confidence, and something that they do very, very well is they don't make a lot of mistakes. They're very basic, but they're very, I guess you could say, responsibility type football players, and it's showing up here right now in the second quarter.
And that was actually a backup defensive lineman, Zach Hathaway, that made that play. Ayat now steps up in the pocket. Bohannon the catch, close to the first down. I think the second effort got it for Blake. Good effort up to the 46-yard line. He is a guy that was injured against Idaho, and Idaho State started against Cal Poly. Boone on the tackle.
They're hurrying up to the line, but what a second effort. Sacred Heart drops 8 there into coverage, and they still get it done.
Montana has her 3 timeouts left. Ayat over the middle. Catch made by Wortham. Takes a big shot, but holds on for the first down. Maximus Mongelli clobbered him. 16-yard pickup.
Complimentary football, good protection. Great identification by Kaylee Ayat, and Michael Wortham running a good route.
Quick snap. Ayat, Bohannon in the flat. Puts his head down, and he's to the 27, about a yard shy of the first down. Gio Boone on the coverage. Good to see Bohannon back out there. He's a physical guy when he runs the ball after the catch.
Just got that big, rangy presence to him, catching the ball in traffic, whether it's zone or man. And now Sacred Heart's in man-to-man. What are we going to get here from Ben Pease in the Montana offense?
Ayat, plenty of time in the pocket. Now he's under pressure. Ayat rolling away, dumps it downfield. That was an errant pass, and was it picked off? No, it's out of bounds. Incomplete, easily could have been. Latney, the guy that had a beat on it.
They got out of dodge there. Kaylee Ayat, he's going to throw that away.
Play is an incomplete pass.
He's got to get it out.
Third down.
He is not happy with that decision. If you're going to throw it away, man, you better throw it away. They are reviewing this up in the booth, even if it doesn't come from the sideline. What they're looking at is, did his left knee hit or not?
And they're going to run the play here with Rocker. Rocker straight ahead, runs over somebody, and he's inside the 15-yard line for a first down on a 3rd and short. Tyler Jamison finally on the tackle. That's a 12-yard pickup, a hard run from number 21.
Timeout, Montana, their first of the half, 30 seconds.
I heard the collision between Rocker and Ingje, number 24, the safety for Sacred Heart up here. What an explosive pop and strong run by Stevie.
25 seconds to work with. The Grizz still have 2 timeouts left. A lot of options here on the table. They failed on a field goal attempt from Morrison their last trip. You're up 15 here. Main thing is you don't want to squander an opportunity to get points before halftime.
You probably have 4, maybe 5 opportunities with the 2 timeouts, depending on what types of plays you decide to run. You can still get a fresh set of downs, not that they'll need it, but the whole playbook's open right here in the red zone.
Davis, top of the screen, split out. Bohannon to the bottom. Wortham is in a slot to the right next to the tight end, Rohr. Ayat, plenty of time. He's going to run. He's got a lane. Ayat inside the 10, gets a block from Davis, and he goes down at the 3-yard line. It's a first down, 12-yard pickup, and now you've got all kinds of options on the table. Lighten on the tackle, still 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, the middle of the field just vacated.
Timeout, Montana, their second timeout of the half, 30 seconds.
The safety into the boundary, rolled over the top, because you got that man, Michael Wortham, that everyone's paying so much attention to, and what that effectively did. Right here, Kaylee Ayat is looking at the safeties. Right now, he's seeing right here, number 47, Palmieri, and he sees him roll to the middle of the field, and it just vacates the middle of the field, opening it up. Huge running lane.
And he has stepped up when they have needed him in those situations. 3 carries, 19 yards for Ayat so far in the first half.
He's used his legs effectively, but not as the first option, Trey, when he's needed to, and that's what's allowing him to become more of a complete quarterback, is only using his legs when he needs to.
You can see the time, 1 timeout left for the Grizz, trying to get a score here before the break. Trips right. Rockers are running back. Quarterback keeper off the fake. Touchdown, Ayat in Montana.
Kaylee Ayat calling his own number, understanding that he's just got to outrun the defense to the perimeter, and that he does, playing confident, playing in control, outrunning Whitney to the edge.
A special player, now a complete quarterback. 3 touchdowns passing, 1 rushing. Morrison's extra point is through there, 29-7. And the howitzer fires up, and good response there. But this team has so much upside with this quarterback who's starting to come into his own. Last year, split time with Logan Fife. This team is playing at a different level with number 8 playing the way he is right now.
They're going to go where he takes them as the field general. And man, when he sees it like he has today, the safeties, the rotation, his ability to run when he needs to, taking the checkdowns, the high percentage throws, another drive, over 10 plays, more time of possession. Just you can tell when Kaylee Ayat is playing as this season progresses, he's truly in control of his team and the offense.
Chance to be in the top 10 at Montana marks in terms of passing in a season, 4th in the FCS in yardage per game. Getting better and better. A dominant first quarter, and then Montana answers the Sacred Heart score. His 3rd rushing touchdown this season, Ayat. And they regain control of this game just before halftime. Morrison's kick. Hangy will let it go into the end zone. How about this day for Ayat so far?
When we were talking to Brent Pease early, he said he gets a say-so in the plans now, Trey. It's because he's playing above his shoulders with a high football IQ, and you can see it. He's not trying to make decisions down the field to put the ball in jeopardy. He's taking what the defense gives him. And right there, he doesn't do anything spectacular. He just said, I'm faster than you, and I'm going to score.
It's a great point. They needed his arm at Idaho State, 350 yards. They've leaned on the run game, but he has 3 300-yard games already this year, and he looks like he's on pace to get another one of those today. From the 25, Summer straight ahead, and 3 yards to the 28, and it looks like the Pioneers are going to let this first half clock run out. Otluski on the tackle there. 29-7 Montana. Pretty good half. Good second quarter for Sacred Heart, but it's been all Grizz.
Sacred Heart had a push there, but Montana just kept their foot on the gas, stayed with it, and made the plays on that last drive when they needed to get the touchdown.
Grizz trying to keep their record perfect and move to 7-0. So far, so good through the first half here at Washington-Grizzly Stadium, taking on an FCS independent in Sacred Heart. Kyle on the field with Bobby Houck.
Yeah, Coach, what a half, right? 29-7 lead. The offense, 4 of those 5 drives result in touchdowns. Just what do you like from that side of the ball?
Well, the offense is moving it. We've got ourselves into a couple long yardage situations by missing up front. Okay, we're getting influenced by some movement things. Got to shore that up, but you know, 29 is pretty good.
Definitely, and defensively, obviously only allowing 7 points. First few drives are 3 and out. Seems like those guys are flying around. What do you like from them?
Yeah, we've got to do a better job keeping the quarterback hemmed in. He's extending plays with his feet. That was a problem we knew going into the game, and it's showing up, so we got to fix that too.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks so much. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kyle. Almost 300 yards of total offense for Montana, and they have a 29-7 halftime lead in this non-conference matchup against Sacred Heart. The Montana Chevy Dealers halftime report is coming up after these messages. Grizz in front by 22. Halftime in Missoula. Montana trying to keep their record perfect. A beautiful fall day in Missoula. And the Grizz and Sacred Heart squaring off in a non-conference matchup here at Wa-Grizz. Well, it was a impressive first quarter, 22 points for Montana. The Ka'ili Ayat show, he seems to get better and better, and they didn't have an answer for him in the first half.
He's just taking what the defense gives him, plain and simple. A lot of 5-yard and less throws and just letting his guys get the ball. I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it, and that's the success. I mean, that's been the recipe for their success in this first half.
Sacred Heart did have a touchdown drive in that second quarter. That gave them a little bit of confidence, but still dominant numbers, almost 300 yards of offense. What's not to like right now if you're Bobby Hauck? What kind of things are you talking about at halftime?
Man, if you're really picking things apart, I'd just say getting that run game going a little bit more. The defensive line for Sacred Heart's given them quite a few issues.
4.2 yards per carry from the Montana rushers. 22-point lead. Second half coming up. Number 4 Montana, a 22-point lead as we start the third quarter. Flying high so far in Missoula, trying to keep their record perfect. And the third quarter's been big for both teams, and this is an important quarter as Sacred Heart's trying to get back into this game. They'll get the football first as Ty Morrison will kick it away to the dangerous Dean Hange, who already has a kick return touchdown this season. And he won't be able to return this one, a touchback. Let's go on the field. Kyle Hansen with thoughts from Mark Nofri.
Yeah, guys, caught up with Coach Nofri coming out of the locker room, and really he just said, you know, they weren't quite getting the calls in on both sides of the ball. They weren't quite lining up right, and that's why Montana was able to obviously jump out to that big lead. He loved the way his offense kind of settled in. He said he don't know if there was some nerves early on, but once they settled in, they looked good. Defensively, he said just wanted to see him make a play. There was a lot of long conversions in that first half, so if they can clean that up a little bit, I think he feels pretty good, but he said just keep it simple. Execute, compete hard, and line up right, guys.
Thanks, Kyle. They have a couple road wins at LIU and at Norfolk State. They won that Norfolk State game on a late field goal. Some work to do here, though, as they start from the 25-yard line. They run it with Summers off the left side. A good gain after the 33-yard line, 8 yards for the true freshman.
Just a surge up front by the Sacred Heart offensive line, and before you know it, Summers is running behind those big boys, getting 8 yards. You just can't find him in there.
He's tough, too. At that size, 5'7", 155. You got to be to battle the big boys in the trenches. Second down and a couple from the 33. Quarterback keeper spinning for the first down is Snyder after faking it to Summers. And Otluski gets him, but it's a first down. Get out your phones. It's time for the Marsh McLennan Agency Fan Zone. Scan the barcode on the bottom left of the screen. Follow the instructions. Send in your pick. Sponsored by Marsh McLennan Agency. We'll share some of our favorites later in the game. Good start for the Pioneers out of Fairfield, Connecticut, an FCS independent. Just underway here in the third quarter. Play action this time. Pucci completes to Rhodes, who has a first down, and he converts the first down to the Montana 45-yard line. Rhodes a big target at 6'2", Harper on the tackle.
The old sneaky hide route coming into motion, number 17, Peyton Rhodes, behind the offensive line and sneaking out late in the down. Interesting wrinkle by Coach Gardner there, confusing the Montana defense.
He had 4 catches against a ranked Lehigh team earlier in the year. One of their go-to guys. Good drive, initial series, third quarter for Sacred Heart. Down by 22. Handoff Summers, left side, and he squeaks out of there for a yard, maybe 2. Jared Ramos, Hunter Peck combining on the stop.
Strong get off by Hunter Peck on the defensive line, forcing a short gain there. And that's what's so important about football. It all has to do with that line of scrimmage, and Summers just had nowhere to go.
Here's a look at Peck, the senior from Windsor, Colorado, the Carroll College transfer. Bailey comes in for Ramos at the nose guard spot. Second down and 9. Showing blitz, Montana. Their rushing 5, evading the pressure, is Poochie Snyder, and he delivers a strike for a completion, and it's Rhodes again, and he goes to his number 1 guy for 8 yards.
Off schedule and outside the pocket. What Poochie Snyder does so well, he can't see inside because of the pressure from Kellen Dietrich, and he gets out and just dishes the ball to his guy, creating a 3rd and manageable for Sacred Heart, and they're marching here.
That was an Opportunity Bank replay right there. 3rd down and a couple. Pistol formation, their bigger back, Trey Eberhardt, the 3rd in there, 204-pounder behind the quarterback. Eberhardt gets his number called, trying to stretch it to the outside. Wilkinson gets to him. Wing cleans up. I don't think he got there. It's 4th down. It looks like about a half-yard shot.
Diesel Wilkinson got on his horse from center field. The defensive line stringing it out right here. Kellen Dietrich right here getting it vertical, pushing it to the edge, and Diesel Wilkinson getting him down for a 4th down opportunity.
4th down, about half a yard. They need to move the football to the 35-yard line. Snyder, handoff, straight ahead, and that's a 1st down for Eberhardt. Nothing fancy there. Tackle made by Kellen Dietrich, and it's down to the 32 now, 1st and 10.
Sacred Heart's moving a 3rd down and a 4th down conversion. The way you want to start in the 2nd half here for Sacred Heart, sniffing that high red zone area.
Tyrama 1st down there as we hit the 11-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Opening series, 2nd half for Sacred Heart. Snyder on play action, blitz coming. He gets rid of it, catch made by Rhodes. Rhodes hit and dropped at the 25. Good job evading the pressure there by Snyder as Leonard was all after him, 7-yard pickup.
Tough kid, Poochie Snyder hanging in there and dishing the ball to Peyton Rhodes. This is the same play that Peyton Rhodes had earlier in this series, but they flipped it. And they ran the hide route to the opposite side. And Poochie Snyder took one on the chin, jumped on the sword for his team and got it to Peyton Rhodes there, who's having a successful drive.
5 catches now, 2nd down and 3 for the Pioneers. Snyder settling, firing for the corner near the pylon. Rhodes another catch, and he's out of bounds. It'll be a 1st and goal. Micah Harper over there from his safety spot, but they have found something now with number 17.
Peyton Rhodes, the mismatch, number 3 in the slot, runs a 7. That's a corner route. After a clear out from the 1 and 2 receiver, that's from the outside in. Number 1 and number 2 ran go routes, opening the defense up for Peyton Rhodes, and Poochie Snyder dropping it in the bucket.
In the AVA Law Group red zone, 1st and goal, Pioneers. Summers straight ahead, Summers into the end zone for the touchdown.
Could have drove a Mack truck through that hole. The offensive line for Sacred Heart says, let's play some big boy football.
And the little guy benefits. That's his 6th rushing touchdown this season.
Big time block by Logan Lyson from Oceanside, New York.
10 plays, 75 yards. A very important drive for Sacred Heart right there as Kling tries to tack on the PAT, and he gets it through there. Almost blocked, as that time they had an edge rusher, Brady Beaner, not getting there in time. 29-14, impressive drive for the Pioneers.
They answered. Can Montana have some of that magic they had in the 1st half?
An important drive for Sacred Heart. 10 plays, 75 yards, and a touchdown, and they draw closer, 29-14, as Michael Wortham awaiting the kickoff. Matt Kling's kick over the head of Rocker and Wortham into the end zone, and the Grizz will start on the touchback. Let's talk some hoops on the field. Kyle Hansen.
Yeah, guys, I'm here with head men's basketball coach here at the University of Montana of the reigning defending Big Sky Conference champions, Travis DeCure. Travis, basketball season is almost here. Somehow, some way, a couple of weeks, you guys tip it off. Just, you know, as you enter this season as the defending champions, which you guys have done before, just what's it like and what's the energy getting basketball going again?
It's good, but it's hard, right? You got the bullseye on your back, and you got a lot of new faces that one need to get acclimated with just being at the University of Montana, much less having a bullseye on your back. But it's been fun. It's been pretty intense.
For you guys, so when you come into a year like this, a lot of new faces again, as kind of the landscape of college sports, what's it been like the first few practices and seeing these guys mesh together?
It's been pretty competitive. Right now, a lot of playing time up in the air. A lot of guys that want to play and think they should play, but not necessarily earned it quite yet. And we're waiting for a few guys to distance themselves. So our practice has been very competitive up to this point.
When you guys come in as the reigning champs, when you have a Money Williams, a Tajon Sawyer, how big have they been, knowing that what it took to win a championship, and now they'll be obviously your leaders this year?
They've been great. I think the thing that really doesn't get spoken enough about is just their willingness to be coached. And they set the tone with allowing coaches to do their job and push them to their limits. And when the guys see them doing that, it's a lot easier to coach the new faces, because we got some new guys that haven't necessarily been coached hard or been a part of a winning program. And so it's very difficult to create chemistry in that environment unless the leaders do it.
This next week, I believe the Big Sky polls will come out, the preseason polls. Everybody will kind of see where people are placed. You know, from what you know from the league, what kind of stands out and what excites you about, you know, what's going to always be a difficult conference slate?
I think there's some consistency with it in terms of who's selected in the top 3 or 4 in conference. But I think this year, you know, teams like Portland State and Idaho that return so many guys that impacted winning for them and all conference players, that it looks like you would see them at least in the top 3 or 4 together. But it'd be interesting. You know, I am looking forward to a lot of the returners impacting each program, because it sets a tone for the next batch of young men that have got to make that decision in April.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Well, Coach, appreciate your time as always, and good luck this upcoming season.
Appreciate you for having me.
You bet. We'll send it back upstairs, guys.
Thanks, Kyle. Right around the corner, basketball season, and the juice is flowing, I'm sure, after that big dance trip for Montana. They're excited about it. Meanwhile, 3rd down and 7 after a penalty on Patrick Matten. Tough situation for Ayat here in the pocket, in trouble, and Ayat is sacked back at the 25-yard line. Penalty didn't help. It looked like they had a 3rd down conversion on a catch by Wortham, but that was wiped out on a penalty on Patrick Matten, and then the sack. Defensively, Peter Shaney getting in there for the Pioneers.
Something that happened last week against Cal Poly was those penalties, bringing them back out of a 3rd manageable. And as a defense, you just get to pin your ears back on 3rd and long. You know it's a must-pass situation. Don't even have to respect the run.
Ty Morrison to punt it from his 15. Gets away a beauty, hangs it up there in the sun. Fair catch is called for, and it's made by Jason Palmieri. Good field position for Sacred Heart when we come back. Already a touchdown drive, trailing by 15. Sacred Heart within 15, mixing run and pass effectively last touchdown drive.
Getting Snyder out of the pocket, on the move, getting the ball to Rhodes. Time after time again, this man came up big, and Summers finishing it off with the score. Can Sacred Heart tack on some more here and continue to chip away at this Montana lead?
Rhodes on the sidelines here. You can see what he's done so far. Pioneers starting from the 28-yard line. Summers has 62 on the ground in that touchdown run you just saw. They throw it to Palmieri on the sideline, run out of bounds at the 31-yard line. TJ Roush over there. And you sense they got a little bit of confidence moving the ball in the 2nd quarter. They've carried over. They've been a good 3rd quarter team all season long.
That's been their shining star all season, outscoring the opponents 50-7, and you're seeing it on display right here. Them showing up, staying on the details, and getting their playmakers the football.
Short gain there, 2nd and 7. This time Palmieri and Brown split to the bottom of the screen. Pistol look, handoff, Summers, nothing doing. He's shut down right at the line of scrimmage. He just disappears in there at 5'7", 150. Hayden Schwartz, 250-pounder, locked him up.
That was just a super surge by the Montana defensive line, establishing the line of scrimmage 2 to 3 yards in the backfield of Sacred Heart. And this is where Montana is so dangerous on 3rd and long, where they pin their ears back. They know they're going to be in man-to-man, but they're banking on getting home first.
Otluski showing pressure on the edge, as is Oven. They're coming with 3 linebackers. Snyder slant pattern, caught by Palmieri, and that is a great executed play there. Hauled in by Jason Palmieri for a 1st down to the 40. Roush on the tackle.
Staring down the barrel of a 6-man pressure shotgun, Jack Snyder just absolutely dots him up in the middle of the field. Take a look at him stepping into it. What a conversion for the Sacred Heart offense.
The Canton, Ohio kid, just a sophomore, coachable, doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's made some big plays here in the third quarter as they hand it off to Summers, and he's up to the 43 for 3 yards. Peyton Wing on the tackle.
3-yard play, nothing terribly significant, but it's positive yardage on first down, getting to third and manageable. And Sacred Heart has done a fantastic job in these first 2 series of methodically moving the sticks.
Big drive right here. This could be a one-score game. 5.5 minutes to go third quarter. If the Pioneers can convert on this drive, we're looking at a 2nd and 7 here. Trips to the right of the formation. Montana showing blitz. Wing is coming amongst others. Snyder slant, and it is almost picked off. It's caught. Somehow caught by Tegan Brown. Waller thought he had a pick, but somehow Brown hung on for the catch.
That was a flat-out battle between Kenzel Waller and Tegan Brown. He just took it away from him. He said, give me the ball. We're here to play. We want to score points. We want a shot at the playoffs. We know what's on the line here, and Tegan Brown showed up with a big catch there to make it a third manageable for the Sacred Heart offense.
3rd and 6 to be exact. Line to gain the midfield strike. Eberhardt in the backfield. 4 receivers. Pressure coming. In trouble. The quarterback. Down he goes at the 34. Schwartz finished him off, but the Salmulo was in there to make the play. Third Samalo, Ezekiel Samalo with a big sack.
Third long trade. Montana says, I don't care if we got beat on that slant 3 plays ago. Here comes 6 again. We're going to make you block us. We're going to make you pick up our pressure. And man, they live and die by it. We are going to blitz. That's what their mindset is.
7th sack this season for the Montana D, and that's a big one, as getting the kick away is Sputoni, and he shanks that one. Let's see where they mark this. Deck was back there, not near the football. And the side judge coming up, and will mark it across the 30 at the 32-yard line.
That was a tight spiral up into the end zone there, Trey.
You're watching Scripps Sports Saturday Showdown. Scripps Sports, the official broadcast partner of the Big Sky Conference.
Today's game is sponsored by the University of Montana. Build your skills the Montana way. Town Pump. Pump it up. Stockman Bank. Montana's brand of banking. Your Montana Chevy dealers. And Montana State University. Mountains and Mines.
Montana raced to a 22-0 lead through the first quarter. It's been a battle since. Sacred Heart back into the game, down 15. 4 touchdown drives for the Grizz. How about Kali'i Ayat? Career high passing touchdowns today. They'll go option game here. They get it to Gilman. Gilman to the outside, and Gilman has a first down. He's knocked out of bounds by Ryan Moore, but there's Gilman finally getting to the edge for a big gain, 13 yards.
Amick on the perimeter, number 70, the right tackle, doing work for Eli Gilman, getting out on the perimeter for a first down.
Gilman, one of those guys that gets better as the game goes on. He'll get his number called again off the right side, breaks 1 tackle, and then swarmed on at the 48. Ryan Palmieri on the tackle. Now a message from Whitefish Credit Union.
Montana's largest credit union offers Montanans the best way to save. Whitefish Credit Union certificates are available now.
2nd and 6, play action for Ayat. Delivers a strike for a first down. It's Jordan Deaver. Deaver, a big gain inside the Pioneers' 25-yard line. 30 yards for the sophomore from Spokane. Ryan Moore finally knocks him down.
Just a simple stop route, and Kali'i Ayat getting Deaver the ball to a high percentage opportunity. You know, he just says, hey, I'm faster, I'm quicker, I'm gonna make you miss and get yards after the catch.
They hurry up on the ball now, little tempo, handoff, Malai Finoti, the slasher, inside the 15 to the 14, close to 7 for Finoti, getting some good reps today. Kenny Selby on the tackle, and they hurry up to the line of scrimmage again.
Finoti's a big back now. He says 207. I was standing next to him today. He's all at 215, man.
He's bigger than you. Here's a handoff to straight ahead Finoti. Well, that's not height-wise.
Well, I mean, I am a pencil neck now, Trey. I am a skinny guy. I don't eat like I used to.
Yeah, you're playing weight. You're not the same, but
you've got some girth to you still.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit light in the hind end nowadays. I don't eat as much steak as I used to. I don't think I can handle Malai or Eli anymore.
3rd down and a yard. They hand it off to Finotti again, and this time tough sledding off the left side. I don't think he got there. No, it's going to be 4th down and short coming up here. Now you're up 15. A field goal would mean a lot in making an 18-point game. Do you roll the dice and go for it here?
If I'm Coach Houck, I do, but that's just me. I really think that a score in terms of a touchdown opens the ball game up here and separates it. And you got to count on your defense to get another stop. But this is a pretty critical down here for Montana.
4th and a long yard, pistol formation. Finch up top, split out. They'll hand it off, and that's not going to get it done. Finotti is stuffed in the backfield. So the Sacred Heart defense, they have been stout against the run since the 2nd quarter. Luke Hackett, the weak side linebacker, got in there.
Here we go. No way, says Sacred Heart. What an unreal push by the nose tackle for Sacred Heart. Davo eating a double team. 3 yards into the backfield, saying no way, Malai Finotti, we are absolutely here to play. They have a chance now to trim this down, to substantially trim it down to a 1-score football game, Trey.
15-point lead, 1:12 to go. Pioneers will start from their 12. And right behind them, the north end zone crazies making some noise here. Handoff. Summers off the left side, a couple yards, and that's it as he gets it to the 14. Kellen Dietrich on the stop. Mark Nofri has done such a great job. 21 season, NEC title, NCAAs. Look at this, the career accomplishments for this guy. They were solid year in and year out.
Playoff coach, coach of the year, continuity, the same amount of time at Sacred Heart as Coach Houck. He knows how to come into places and win. This is a good outfit now.
94-11, he was an assistant, took over as head coach in 2012. On 2nd and long, pressure coming. Snyder delivers a strike to Palmieri, and a 1st down up to the 25-yard line. 10-yard pickup. Tolbert and Leonard combine on the stop.
This Sacred Heart offense is clicking. Pucci Snyder has just continued to elevate his game and calm down, work through his progressions, change the play at the line, and just throw on target and on time.
13 of 18 now through the air for Snyder. Handoff Summers. Summers to the outside, turns the corner, keeps his footing, and then he runs out of bounds, but that's a 1st down carry. Cade Boyd, the sophomore safety, on the tackle, 11-yard pickup. And that will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Sacred Heart, great in the 3rd quarter all season long, and they win that 3rd quarter. 1 quarter to go here from Missoula. The Pioneers, the FCS Independent, trying to battle back on the road. Minutes to go, a hard-hitting game here in Missoula, 29-14 as we open up the 4th quarter. Pucci Snyder and the Pioneers from the 35-yard line. Pressure coming, and Peck's got him in the backfield. Hunter Peck with a big-time defensive play. Tolbert was in the backfield as well, and a big loss there for the Sacred Heart offense.
His 3rd sack of the season, Hunter Peck. Just on fire, running a line game. That's a stunt by him from the outside, exchanging positions with the inside defensive tackle and knifing through to make a sack.
High motor guy. He's been a vocal newcomer as well. Delivers a big play there. 2nd 21. Summers in the backfield. He'll get the handoff and a good gain on the ground. Get some of the yardage back to the 32. Tolbert on the tackle, but it sets up a 3rd and long situation for the Pioneers. 14 minutes to go. They're in a position where, you know, you're gambling on a 4th down here if you come up short, aren't you?
Yeah, especially in this area of the field. What Snyder's got to do here is protect the football and just hope that one of your playmakers can make a play. and just get you into a manageable situation if you were to go for it on a 4th and 1.
Grizz showing blitz, wings up at the line of scrimmage, as is Otliski. Pressure, Snyder rolling right, setting up, delivers a strike for a first down near midfield. Hauled in by Tegan Brown, Cade Boyd on the tackle, and Snyder showing a lot of moxie back there in the pocket, and outside the pocket.
This kid just does an incredible job off schedule. That means after every single route is finished, he gets open, an area sets his feet, and finds the receiver for a first down.
18-yard pickup to the 50-yard line. Just over 13 minutes to go. 2-score game right now. We've got whistles. Guys in the stripes blow this dead at the line of scrimmage. Montana will shuttle in some new players here as replacements defensively.
The ruling on the field is a completed pass. The previous play is under further review.
It was punched out late in the down. That's what they're going to take a look at. It was a catch. Now, I don't know if they didn't tell us up here. Potentially could be a fumble, but they're challenging the completion, so you can't challenge the turnover.
So Coach Nofri shaking his head there. Catch by Tegan Brown. Boyd the hit.
Easy down, easy catch.
Yeah, both knees are down there.
Micah Harper late, punches it out. That's a clear and obvious catch. Certainly will be upheld.
Now, Jordan, sometimes they'll look to see if that ball's moving at all, but it looked like both knees were down in that situation.
Absolutely. Did you control and possess the ball all the way through the process? And it appears that he certainly did.
Yeah, I mean, there's a knockout late.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. It's first down.
Up, holding the call there, first down at the 50-yard line. Important drive for Coach Nofri and Sacred Heart. They're 5-2. They have a couple road wins. Maybe the most impressive was at Norfolk State. Late game heroics. Trying to come from behind here. They trail 22-0 at one point in this one. Pucci, good numbers, especially in the second half.
When are they going to come back to right here in those man-to-man situations?
Wing coming on the blitz. They'll run it straight ahead with Eberhard the third. And a good gain to the 44 for 6 yards. Tolbert on the tackle.
It's a matter of time, Trey. They're in this high red area. They only took one shot deep, and it was the first play of the game. You've got to think if you're Sacred Heart right here, you need to stretch the field and create an explosive if you want to have a chance to cut this down to one score.
Guy to watch is the guy at the bottom of the screen right there. That's Rhodes. He has 5 catches for 68 yards. Again, Montana showing blitz. Snyder to the sideline, catch made by the tight end Jimmy Casey, and that's a first down for the Pioneers. Boyd runs him out of bounds, but again, efficient getting the ball to the perimeter, Sacred Heart.
Just a simple flat route by the tight end Jimmy Casey with Quakertown, Pennsylvania, moving the sticks for the Pioneers.
They'll go trips on the formation to the left side this time. Hangy is at the bottom of the screen. 12 minutes to go. 2-score game. Sacred Heart trying to battle back in this one on the road. And maybe a yard, and that's it as they tried to run it. They're trying to keep them honest with the run game with Summers, but Mata'afa would have nothing of that.
Coach Gardner, the offensive coordinator for the Pioneers, is just being extremely patient with Jack Snyder right now and allowing him just to take what the defense is giving him, really. But again, you got to wonder, when are they going to try to take the top off of this thing, because they haven't done it since the first play of the game.
Summers in the backfield next to Snyder on 2nd and 9. Wing coming on the blitz. Summers the carry, nothing doing. That was Tolbert. He was all over that play. No gain.
The thumper, the heavy hands. I'm calling him the boss in the middle. You got Tolbert. You can't see him right in the middle here. He's going to come out and have some serious force here on contact. No hesitation.
That has a crowd on their feet. 3rd down and 9. Empty backfield. Snyder Steps up in the pocket. Flushed out of there. He's going to run with it. Hit hard and knocked down. Micah Harper with a big-time play at the 28-yard line. It's 4th down. You got to go here, don't you, if you're the Pioneers?
You have to, but Micah Harper flashed across the screen. Poochie Snyder had the first down in an elite display of speed by Micah Harper. Shoring it up for a 4th and medium for Montana, and this place is uncorked right now.
Blitz coming. Snyder steps up. Gonna run for it. He gets past Wing, and he's got a first down to the 15-yard line. What a run from number 14, the sophomore, to move the sticks and keep their hopes alive. Brady Beaner on the tackle.
Poochie Snyder, he's a gamer, man. Just continues to put his body on the line and move the sticks. Bringing 6 by Montana and moving the sticks for a first down.
13-yard run to keep their hopes alive as we approach the 9-minute mark in this one. Eberhardt's in the backfield now. Rhodes in motion. Eberhardt the carry. He's swallowed up. Good play up front. Hayden Schwartz again. The Minnesota transfer. He's played well up front.
Big push there by Hayden Schwartz. Getting knocked back against the offensive line for Sacred Heart. Creating a TFL.
2nd and 10. Mason back on the field. Ramos as well as they shuttle new players out there defensively. Montana. Under 9 minutes to go.
I've been down here before, Trey. It's getting loud. They're getting them all fired up. What are we going to get here from Sacred Heart?
And whistles. No snap. Motion. Looks like they're going to back him up here.
Illegal snap. Offense, number 62. It's a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That's Evan Scribner, their captain, the center. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. That's a costly one.
And a bad place to do it. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. It just makes things worse here with this noise inside of Washington-Grizzly. And these fans just welcome it.
The 5-yard line, the line to make. 2nd and 15 now. 5-receiver look for Snyder. Grizz rushing 4. Underneath, they go with a pass to Palmieri, short yardage, down to the 16. Now you're in a 3rd and 11 situation. Otluski was right with the receiver. First half, different story. Second half, look how Sacred Heart has responded, getting back into this game.
And we knew that coming in. They're a second half team. They're stingy. They don't make mistakes, and they're in scoring position right now to cut this game down to a 1-possession ball game.
Hangy split to the bottom of the screen. 3 receivers to the top. They're going to run it here. Eberhardt straight ahead. That won't get him the first down, but it does set up a manageable situation. Otluski, the tackle, interesting call. It gets you into 4th and 4 now.
You almost have to look at that from a defensive perspective, like it's 2nd down because it's 4th down territory. So a run there, you know they're going to go for it on 4th down. This is a must-have, gotta-have it situation for Sacred Heart. They're going to empty the bucket here.
Game could be on the line right here. Eberhardt in the backfield next to Snyder, 4th and 4. And again, a little movement up front.
2nd pre-snap penalty. Demastris jumping off sides, their left tackle.
False start. Offense, number 67. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
They're going to get Tim Suk right there, the graduate, at his tackle spot.
The left tackle right here. The mattress line shifts across and forces him to flinch. And that crowd noise is really getting piped in here.
4th and 9. Blitz coming. Snyder. Touchdown, Sacred Heart. Hangy hauls it in. What a big-time delivery from Poochie Snyder. 14 yards for the score.
We got a ball game. Jack Poochie Snyder showing up big time for the Pios in the second half. And Dean Hangy hauling it in. Montana live and die by the pressure. And Poochie Snyder dotting up Hangy.
And they opt to not go for 2. They're going to kick it, try to get it to 8 here with Matt Kling. And the kick is through there. So we have a 1-score game after a 16-play, 88-yard drive. On 4th down, time and again, Poochie Snyder delivers to get his team right in this one.
Hangy on the inside of K. Boyd. Can Montana get back to their first?
Today's game is sponsored by the University of Montana. Build your skills the Montana way. Town Pump. Pump it up. Stockman Bank. Montana's brand of banking. Your Montana Chevy dealers. And Montana State University. Mountains and Mines.
1-score game here at Washington-Grizzly Stadium in Missoula. Beautiful day for football. It was all Montana in the first half, leading 29-7. All Sacred Heart in the second half. They've outscored the Grizz 14-0. Hangy with the second touchdown catch of the game, drawing them within 8. Rocker's going to field this at the 2-yard line. Stevie Rocker across the 20 and runs over the kicker, knocked down at the 31. Thanks for sending your pick into the Marsh McLennan Agency Fan Zone. Here are a few of our favorites from today. Keep them coming. Grizz Nation representing, hoping their team can stay unbeaten. And we've seen national support for this Montana football program. People checking in. From Sacred Heart fans as well.
Everybody's having a good time. Some Sacred Heart people in there having a good time. Making the long trip from over east.
6:39 to go on 1st down. Ayat completes it to his tight end. It's hauled in by Evan Schaefer for a short gain to the 35-yard line. The clock rolling near the 6-minute mark now. Each team has 3 timeouts remaining. This is an important drive, even if you don't get points for Montana, to burn some clock. Pioneers burned 9.5 minutes, even though they scored on that last drive.
And that's what happens when you create explosives. They just chip away at it. And can Montana get back to one of those 14-play drives that they had in the first half?
Ayat on play action, the tight end again. It's Schaefer, 2 big catches, and he just runs over a DP for a 1st down to the 49.
That was about as physical of a football play that you will see.
Injured player of the defense.
That's Maximus Mongelli. He's on the receiving end of this one, Jordan.
Timeout on the field.
A display of physicality.
Physical football game here. They'll attend to Mongelli here, 8-point game.
Maximus Mongelli, ladies and gentlemen. Maximus Mongelli, thank you.
Evan Schaefer, 6'5", 270. Maximus Mongelli, 6', 195. This was quite a collision.
He got all of 270 pounds right here. Maximus Mongelli's had a tremendous day, but that's just too much to handle than 270-pound big tight end Evan Schaefer from Connersville, Indiana.
Under 6 minutes to go. Mongelli, their leader in tackling, trying to shake that off. Fresh set of downs for Montana. Ayat to the air, wide open, it's Wortham. Wortham, gone, touchdown Grizz. 51 yards. And they've got some breathing room on the home turf.
Just when Sacred Heart was sniffing a chance, Michael Wortham takes it away once again. He's done it time and time this year. Again on the wheel route, you're just wondering when is he gonna get loose? And they bottle him up for 3.5 quarters. Just a delayed block, wheel goes uncovered for the score.
The most electric player in college football, already the leader in the country in all-purpose yardage, FBS and FCS. What can he not do? I mean, he's delivered on every big stage moment for this Montana team this year.
You can't tell me that this kid is not the Walter Payton Award front runner right now. #1 in all-purpose yards. Everyone knows he's going to get the ball, and they cannot stop him. No one can stop him. No one has shown the ability to stop him. In the close games, he goes for 250. He goes for darn near 300 if you count the passing.
7 catches, 132, and 2 scores, including this one. 51 yards to the house. Grizz up 15. The senior All-American from North Highlands, California, a 51-yard touchdown catch. Montana back up 15. The leader in all-purpose yardage. He leads in every level, FBS, FCS, you name it, and he's over his average again this year in total yardage in this game.
First in receptions per game, first in all-purpose yards. Again, how is this kid not the front runner for the Walter Payton Award? Best offensive player in the entire country. I don't know how you can make a case against him.
Well, and as good as he's been, equally as good, Kaylee Ayat in this one. He now has 4 300-yard games as Morrison has it teed up. Game not over. Still 3 timeouts left for Sacred Heart. They haven't been able to move the ball quickly down the field as Hangy watches that one go through the end zone. Now a message from Whitefish Credit Union.
Montana's largest credit union offers Montanans the best way to save. Whitefish Credit Union certificates are available now.
No time to waste for Sacred Heart. They've gotten a great effort from Poochie Snyder in this one, especially in the second half. That was the first score of the second half for Montana. They had run dry prior to that big play by Wortham.
Mistakes, details, failing to capitalize on their explosive opportunities, allowing Sacred Heart to creep back into it. Does Poochie have some more magic here left in the tank for Sacred Heart?
Snyder to the air, to the sideline. His top target, Peyton Rhodes, with his 6th catch of the game, a short gainer. As the clock continues to run, Kenzel Waller on the tackle. Really? They don't have a lot of time to do that kind of stuff over there, do they?
And that's just it, Trey. I'm really surprised that they haven't opened it up more. I understand that it's been successful for them here in the second half to take those short plays, but man, you're going to have to get some chunks here if you want a chance to be in this one.
Snyder's 18 out of 23, 195 through the air, 2nd down and 6. Looking downfield, pressured as he rolls left, throws, Rhodes. Oh, that's a great catch. If that counts, no, they're going to say no. The back judge coming in saying it hit the carpet. It's 3rd down. That was Ford on the coverage.
They're going to review it. It was a double catch. Prince Ford knocked the ball down, but it looked like there's a potential catch here by Rhodes. We're going to have a fantastic look here on the sideline, coming to the right side of your screen. I don't know. He may have got control of that, but it looks like incomplete.
Yep, they're going to rule it an incompletion. 3rd and 6 now. Trips left for Sacred Heart. They played well in the second half. Trying to keep their hopes alive here. Snyder. And he's sacked back at the 20-yard line. Hunter Peck, what a game for number 56, 9-yard loss.
Hunter Peck blasting through the line, wreaking havoc for his 2nd sack today. There's nothing special about this other than the get off by him in a loop inside. That was the exact same play he got the sack on, Trey. Just flipped. He was the other defensive end.
Former AP second team NAIA All-American at Carroll. 4th down, and a penalty flag comes in.
False start, offense number 72. It's a 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Blaze Heschler, the right guard. They've been bothered, by, I think, by that Montana blitz, and now it looks like they're going to punt it away here.
I understand what they're looking for here and what they're thinking about in Sacred Heart with 3 timeouts. 4:21 left. They'll stop with the 2-minute again. You get a 3 and out, and you still have 2 opportunities to get the ball. But those pre-snap penalties is something that has not happened for the Pios all season long.
Michael Sputoni at his 3-yard line. Deck's back at the Grizzlies 41. Booming kick from Sputoni, a dandy. Deck fields it at the 26-yard line. Gets a block. Deck up the middle. Deck, midfield. Flag comes in late, and he's tackled at the Sacred Heart 39. Deck had a big return earlier in this game. That's 37, but they might move him back here.
What might come in on the return team of Montana, negating that long return.
Hunter made the tackle, Sputoni.
Drew Deck's got to
During
shake
the
those
return,
cobwebs
holding
off.
number 47 of the return team. It's a 10-yard penalty. It's first down.
That's Kellen Dietrich. So Montana will have the football, still good field position at their 40-yard line.
Coming in on the right side of your screen, you can see the hold. Looks like it wasn't 47, maybe 11. Cameron Guernsey on the hold there potentially.
And that wrong number there as they hand it off. And a chance to choose some clock now for Montana. At the very least, you'd like to have Sacred Heart burn their timeouts. 3.5 minutes to go as Gilman gets the carry. Palmieri on the tackle. Gilman 16 carries, under 100 in this game, but a good gain there. He'll get his number called again straight ahead, and that's a first down for Montana.
What I'm watching up here play after play late in this football game is just the offensive line is starting to wear down Sacred Heart's defensive front, who's been very active in creating problems early on, but they've just stuck with it. And what they're going to try to do is kill the cat here. It's called kill the clock, kill the 3 minutes, and just end the game with the ball.
We hit the 3-minute mark, first down. Play action, Ayat, open receiver. It's hauled in by Corbin Hendricks for the Montana touchdown.
Well, that's why I'm not a coach. I spoke too soon. Brent Peace over here goes for the hole shot, and Corbin Hendricks. This kid runs a 10.4 100 meter. He is lightning fast. He has not been involved in the offense, and they had a man-to-man opportunity. Kaylee Ayat knew it. Not too hard of a read there. Right in stride to Corbin Hendricks for the touchdown.
49 yards. That's Hendricks' second catch of the season. It goes for a touchdown. 3 plays of 60 yards. And that puts the icing on this one with under 3 minutes to go. How about Ayat's day through the air? Extra point for Morrison is good. 349 yards, a career-high 5 touchdown passes.
Kaylee Ayat just keeps graduating week to week and playing better and cleaner football. And yes, that was a long pass, but it was so simple for him. He knew pre-snap, man-to-man, I got a mismatch. This guy is just going to run away from his coverage. It's pat and go at that point. But that's because Kaylee Ayat's willingness to take the coaching and understanding the film. And that's what Brent said. He takes the coaching so well. That's what it's allowed him to become a better football player week to week.
Efficiency, 27 of 33 through the air. Look at the numbers. Also the rushing touchdown. He threw for 350, and they needed those yards at Idaho State. 4 games over 300 yards. And the run game wasn't their best effort. They got enough of it, 135 yards on the ground, but 349 through the air. And again, take what they give you. And that's what the QB did in this game.
And that's just it. And Brent Peace said that this week. He said, some weeks they're going to stack the box with 8. We're not going to have an option to run, so Kaylee's going to have to put it on his arm and get it done. But he did it in a way that did not put the team in jeopardy. He didn't throw interceptions. He just made good decisions methodically down the field and took what Sacred Heart gave him, and even that hole shot play.
And a touchback as the Pioneers will have the football. Time now for the results so far of our Williams Heating Plumbing poll. The trivia question, visit WilliamsPlumbing.com. Register for a chance to win tickets to an upcoming Cat or Grizz game. Which of these sports figures returned to punt against Montana 39? Jackie Robinson. I mean, one of the greatest athletes of all time. I mean, everybody talks about him as a Dodger baseball player. Track and field, football, baseball, you name it. This guy did it.
Right up there with Bo Jackson, man.
Unbelievable.
He is absolutely one of the all-time best athletes ever to walk this planet.
Grizz are going to keep their record perfect. They're going to move to 7-0 with this non-conference victory. Sacred Heart showed something in the second half, maybe something to build on. I know that's not what coaches want to hear, the silver lining, but they really responded after not playing well at the outset in this game.
They're coming into the CAA next year. They've shown up as a competitive bunch who's come in here, and like you just told me, Trey, was competitive in particular in the third quarter and second half, to where they had this game within striking distance of 1 score.
Yep.
Not too long ago.
Yep. Too much Kaylee Ayat, though. As we near the 2-minute timeout here, each team still has 3 timeouts remaining as they'll run it straight ahead and not much available for Curtis Whiting. Hunter Peck on the stop. 2 minutes to go from Washington Grizzly Stadium. Bobby Houck and company. Solid start, solid finish here in Missoula. Montana pulling away late, up 43-21. Here's today's Red Zone recap brought to you by AVA Law Group. Sacred Heart getting some things done after a bad first quarter. Montana did as well, and Montana's been good in the red zone all season long. 2 minutes to go. Sacred Heart good in the second and third quarters. Montana effective in the passing game, pulling away in this one. Snyder to throw it to the sideline. And that'll be a catch good enough for a first down, hauled in by Hangey, who has a couple TD catches in this one.
These kids just keep fighting for Sacred Heart. Like you said, you don't want to look at the silver lining, but they do have some good things going for their ball club. They got a good young quarterback who was very impressive today.
Yeah, he really has showed a lot of character back there. 19 to 25, 207 yards, couple touchdowns. To the air again. Spots Tegan Brown for a pickup of 6 yards. Brady Beaner on the tackle. This Sacred Heart program will move to the Coastal Athletic Association next year, and it'll be a step up in competition. That puts them in a good spot to get to postseason play. They were hoping to get a signature win here, to no avail as an FCS independent. 2nd and 3, backside pressure. Clay Oven hammers up. Oven coming in, and he sacks Snyder, and the quarterback's up and okay, but Clay Oven came in uncontested to the quarterback.
Chris Whiting, the tailback, does not understand his hot in protection there. Clearly, Clay Oven is hot off the edge. What a job by Clay, timing it up, though, and disguising the defense and blitzing late to get home for the massive hit on the quarterback.
3rd and 9, they run it with Curtis Whiting, the senior from Hackensack, New Jersey. Hayden Schwartz on the tackle. Schwartz has played well up front along with Hunter Peck. The defensive linemen have had a good game in this one.
They are developing depth there. Dietrich did good, Peck did good, Ramos, Schwartz, all of those guys up front, that big group of 6 that they have, really established that line in the backfield for the larger part of this football game today.
Sacred Heart's going to fall to 5 and 3. New Haven, Virginia, Lynchburg, Merrimack, and at Villanova the rest of their schedule. Montana, a trip at Sacramento State is on the agenda. Here's Whiting for a first down and the Montana 46-yard line. And Bobby Houck felt good early on. They're up 29-7. Second half, Sacred Heart turned the tables a little bit, but again, they finished strong, and they've been consistent in finishing games strong all season long.
Resilience. They are a second half group. They showed that today, but they are a resilient bunch, Trey.
Our Whitefish Credit Union player of the game. And it should come as no surprise. Kaylee Ayat, 349 yards, 5 touchdowns, a career high. He did a little bit of everything in this one, even ran the ball well.
You know what he did? Yeah, he made some big plays, but he didn't make mistakes, Trey. He didn't turn the ball over. Sometimes what you have to do at quarterback is simply manage the game. If you don't do anything spectacular, those plays will come, and it did down the stretch with Corbin Hendrick and Michael Wortham on the big plays. But he did the best that he's done all season, it's just simply taking what the defense gave him.
Today's player of the game sponsored by Whitefish Credit Union. Ayat continues to get better and better. Michael Wortham, I don't know how much more you can say about him, but you're talking about 2 of the best players in the country right now on offense, along with Eli Gilman. Put him in that category as well.
Well, you have to also take Kaylee Ayat's name and go, should he be in the running for this Walter Payton Award with the performances that he's had as well? This 3-headed monster, Wortham, Gilman, and Ayat.
That's a good point right there. Let's check in with Kyle.
Yeah, guys, here with Kaylee Ayat. Kaylee, what a game. 43-21 the final. Just kind of your thoughts on you guys improving to 7-0 and, you know, kind of withstanding what Sacred Heart brought today.
It was a good team win today. We fought our tails off. It wasn't so pretty, but we fought to the very end, and I'm proud of our guys.
Offensively, you only threw, I think it was 27 for 33, almost 350 yards and 5 touchdowns. What were you seeing, and how were you able to kind of be grooving today?
I think just executing the game plan. Our preparation throughout the week was good. We all came ready today, and credit to our guys, came to play.
When you see Michael open both those times and you see Corbin open as well, do your eyes just kind of light up? Walk me through what you're seeing when they're that wide open on those touchdowns.
I'm just thinking I better not miss it, just hit them because they did their job, so I got to give it to them.
You guys are on the road the next 2 weeks. How do you kind of keep harnessing this momentum? It seems 1 week at a time, right? It keeps rolling on. How do you guys keep going forward?
Day by day, week by week, trying to get better, keep improving, and we'll see where we end up.
Appreciate it as always, Kaylee. Thanks so much for your time. Congratulations. Send it back upstairs, guys.
Thank you, Kyle. Remember, Jordan, that kid is a sophomore, and he progressively getting better after splitting time last year. The ceiling is still high for this guy, but another elite performance.
He cares. He takes the coaching to heart, and today he just nailed down his details and maximized the opportunities that were presented to him.
Impressive win. 43-21. Montana keeps their record perfect as they improve to 7-0. Thanks to Jordan Tripp, Kyle Hansen, our entire Scripps Sports crew. Thanks for watching Big Sky football today from Missoula as Montana wins 43-21. Montana State hits the road to take on Cal Poly. Our next Grizz broadcast in 2 weeks, November 1st, when they head to Weber State. Stick around for the post-game report. Coming up next, a big win in Missoula for Montana. They win this one going away.